Bush and President Lula of Brazil had a private deal. George W. Bush said to Lula that, you know, we need two things from the world. One is a lot of beef, the other one is a lot of ethanol for our fuel. And we have run out of our own arable land. We cannot create more land to grow more corn, to grow more soy, to make ethanol. So, of course, the Brazilian president, as soon as he heard that, jumped out like a jack in the box to Bush and say, well, look, Brazil has an unlimited, undeveloped potential arable land. Come and get it. And Bush says, okay, you're going to import so much beef to us and so much ethanol, and we're in business. So then, of course, the undeveloped potential arable land is the Amazon rainforest. And so today the big deforestation is not even by logging, it is by agriculture. They just plow down the Amazon rainforest for thousands of square miles and plant soy. Soy serves two purposes, of course. One is to serve as feed to cattle, and the other one is to serve as biological basis for animal. Both are being consumed in huge quantities in the US as well as Canada. And so, and I don't think that Brazil has any law at all to protect the Amazon. They may say that they do, and some small states may do, they have and do, but by and large, Brazil is just like a piece of meat on a plate, and they just go in there and carve it up and swallow it up. The Amazon rainforest is destined, according to scientists today, to become the Amazon savanna or the Amazon desert by the end of the century. The world contains 20 million species. Approximately the Amazon contains 1/3 to 1/2 of all these species. That means between 7 to 10 million species. If the Amazon becomes a desert, you lose 10 million species plus. And other places too. I mean, the Arctic is melting. It is now estimated that the Arctic will lose all its summer ice as early as 2014. Only 2 years ago, the prediction was that the Arctic was going to lose 50% of its summer ice by 2060. But because of a huge melt in 2007, which means the tipping point has been passed, now the prediction is that the Arctic is going to be completely ice-free in the summer by 2014. What's going to happen to the polar bears and to the harp seals that need sea ice to give birth? Now I'm talking about my own country now, Canada. Canada does not have any law at all to protect the polar bears and the harp seal for this consequentiality, because the Canadian government is still more or less denying global warming as a fact. It is very much motivated by big oil money to debunk global warming, because Canada is a major fossil fuel producer today. And of course, if everybody believed in global warming, we would shut down fossil fuels. So Canada is absolutely ignoring protecting the animals against global warming, because as far as Canada is concerned, global warming is not a big deal. So there's my country, no law and of course no enforcement. So what can I say? There's a ton of work to do and very little time to do it. In order to save the world's biodiversity, we are talking about, if things go business as usual, we may lose upwards of 80% of all the Earth species by 2100. 80%. And there was a case precedent 250 million years ago, a third extinction did wipe out 75% of all land species and 95% of all marine species. And we are doing it again. This is number 6. Except this time we're doing it, not nature. So scientists say that we have only a very narrow window to correct the situation. We have about between 3 to 5 years to change the behavior of our entire species into being a compassionate, moral, ethical species, a species with self-control and self-control and self-discipline, so that even if there is a whole ton of fossil fuel to burn, we have to govern ourselves and not burn it, in order at least to save some for our children. But of course, we're not doing that. We're greedy. We want the money right now. We want, if there's oil to be burned, burn it today, big time, because that is money, that's GDP, that is profit for big oil corporations, and they are running the world today. And they are running the world, and they are charging the world about their protection laws. In Canada, the Alberta tar sands is so dirty that they don't even do environmental all those mines are permitted, because the government knows that there was no chance in hell that these mines can pass any assessment. So anybody who wants to start tar sands mine in Canada, you submit a permit, get the money, the government will give you the permit within 2 weeks. If you want to start a mine in Maryland, you would need an assessment process lasting 2 or 3 years or 4 years. And that's the way it goes. So, you know, we're in a really tough situation. Our window is very narrow and closing on us fast unless we correct the situation. And I'm talking about global wildlife protection, environmental protection, habitat protection laws will be sunk. And we'll be driving millions of species to extinction because of our one species misdeeds, and we can never, ever redeem ourselves spiritually, no matter how much time we give ourselves. So we better get going. Thank you.
I'm so sorry, you guys. I don't have a watch because my batteries died. Can I get a time check from you?
Really good.
Okay, good. Just if somebody could just start waving your hands around, either when you're tired of hearing me or, oh, thanks, that's even better. Thanks. Just want to make sure we take some time for questions.